What's up, you guys? It's Jaywill. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm a visual artist slash photographer, and I'm sitting here with Jordan Danielle for a creative highlight series.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me in conversation today for the creative highlight series for the Lo-Fi Experience. I am very excited to have you. Y'all, we're here for another episode of the creative highlight series. So, let's just dive into it. So you're here today because your work that you do with your film photography is something that I've always kind of been inspired by, and every time I see your work, I'm always just like, wow, like it looks so great, and I feel like it has a certain look where when I see your work and I see your images, I know like, oh, Jay, he took that. Like, so can you just tell me a little bit more about, how you got into film photography and what that has done for you?
So how I got into film photography originally, I was actually trying to be a music artist at first, and it didn't work out. And then I tried to be a model at a point, and it didn't work out. It was just so many like different mediums of art that I was trying at first, that I felt like I needed like people to believe in me and like a team for like, and I wasn't getting that. Like people weren't like believing me in those type of areas. So I literally just told myself like I have to find a medium of art where I don't have to rely on anyone to like get out these creative expressions that I have. And so I just picked up a camera one day at like a flea market. And just like never looked back. Like that same day I bought the camera, I saw one of my favorite artists just shopping, Buddy. Buddy from Compton. He was just shopping around the flea market when I bought my camera, and he was like one of the first people I shot. He was so cool about it. He just let me take his picture, and like from that day I got like a little rush inside of me, like a little spark. Just like I was like, wow, like that just felt so cool. And then I got it developed, and like getting that first roll of film developed was just like, wow, like I was just like, I gotta keep doing this.
And how long ago was that, you said?
2018.
2018, okay. That's tight that Buddy was one of the first people that you shot, like, with your photography.
Yeah,
he's a really cool dude. Like, I've seen him in passing. His energy is just always very, like, vibrant. So that's great. So this is obviously a conversation about, how we kind of plan to prosper in our respective fields and what it is that we do. And so, I kind of just want to ask you, has there been a time within, these past few years of you maybe finding your path and diving deeper into your journey as like a visual artist and someone who, captures people's photos? And a lot of times when people take pictures, that's like a very special moment for them. They're like, oh, I'm getting my picture taken. Like, I can't wait to see how it comes out. So, that's like the good side of things and the very lively sides of things. But there's always kind of like that balance where sometimes we might have lows, or sometimes we might want to do a project, but it might not align the way that we saw fit or that we thought it would. So can you talk a little bit about your journey of what it's been like as you've been in the process of, prospering and planning to prosper and move forward in what you do, but maybe how you navigate those obstacles that you've been met with?
Yeah, definitely. So around the time when I got my camera at the flea market, I told myself I got to keep doing it. So I made it a point to show up there every Sunday, because that's when they had the flea markets. And one of my first film series, I named it Sundays on Melrose, where I'll just go up to Melrose, see people that had a vibe to them, and just like take their picture. And that was helping me build my confidence up, taking people's photos. And like I'm a naturally shy, introverted person, so like having my camera like on my neck like helps me like approach people, like and like conversate with them. But there was moments there where people were telling me like, who are you? Like, I don't want you taking my photo, like get out of here. Like those many days on that Sunday series I was there, I was like, why am I doing this? Like I feel so like awkward and weird going up to people that tell me like they don't want their picture taken, and I was just starting off at that time, and like some people like very rude, and like I was, some days I just wanted to like quit and put the camera down completely, like, yo, I'm tripping, I need to like stop. But it was some days where it would like make it all worthwhile. Like people would just be like, yo, tag me in that, like, I really like appreciate you coming up to me, and like it will like create networks and connections. So like it was definitely a balance at that time because I was building my confidence up, and like I feel like that helped me step into my next lane where I was just like reaching out to people individually and taking their portraits because I felt comfortable at that time. Like I've been shooting people on Melrose every weekend, but that was a tough time. And then also I am very much a yes man type person. I feel like I got taken advantage of a lot in this city just because I just been like it's hard to say no, especially when you're trying to build your portfolio and your name up in the city, and you're just like, well, they seem like they're nice, but they take advantage of you. So it's been a journey for me, and I've learned to like be very picky and selective, and like just know my place in certain spaces.
Yeah. Do you have something that maybe you tell yourself? Some people, use like affirmations or just like words of encouragement when they have those moments. So is there something that maybe you tell yourself or speak to yourself in those moments where you felt like maybe when you got taken advantage of, or maybe people didn't fully appreciate your work and how you were showing up? How did you navigate that?
Yeah, like honestly, I was like so shy in the beginning of my journey of like calling myself a photographer because one, I just bought like a point and shoot camera. I didn't know any of the terminology with like cameras and stuff. I'm like self-taught. I didn't go to school for it, so I never really called myself like a photographer at first. And like every shoot that I did, I always like prayed before like every shoot. Like I still do to this day because like I feel like I never saw myself getting to this point, and like I feel like half the reason I am here is because like it is a gift from God, and like I just literally asked the Most High to just like literally just like be there with me every shoot, just like help make sure the chemistry between whoever I'm shooting that day is just like amazing, so we can get the best like like results and stuff like that. Like I really just like don't just give myself all the credit because like this like gift came out of nowhere for me. I never even knew I was like gifted with this like
Yeah, that's beautiful when something kind of just going back to the original question of me asking how you got into it, and it kind of seemed like it was something you kind of maybe almost stumbled across, but and it seemed like the other things that you were doing was more of like had more of an intention behind it, like that's what you wanted to do, and then photography met you and it was like, oh wow, so sometimes like the best things are the things that come to us when sometimes we're not even necessarily trying, but like we're still in that space of like being willing to receive it, So and to that, you talked about how when you go into a photo shoot, how you prepare yourself by praying and like asking God to help guide you in things. And so I wanted to ask you a little bit more about that. Sometimes people, they might assume, oh, I can just pick up a camera and take pictures and it's going to come out this particular way, but there really is an art to it. So how have you found like your own, as the years have gone on, how have you been able to find your own like style and your own process of like works for you and the thing that helps you kind of maybe like stand out from maybe other?
So I found out like I'm very much an in the moment type of photographer. I never really made like mood boards for shoots really, or like really like put much intention behind it. I'm really like just like in the moment I see something, I'm just like, okay, we gotta go right there, like shoot this scene right now. I'm very much just like observant, and I realize like I'm very much like better when I'm just like have free reign and just can just like use my environment to like whatever's just like in my like display. So I realized that, and then like I also realized that just like working with each model that I've like worked with, that you can't shoot them the same way. You have to just like tailor to their like aesthetic, their look, their vibe. Like I really try to just like create like conversation before I take any photos, just to get a gist and vibe of who they are, their comfortable poses and stuff like that. But I've realized that I'm very much just like my style is very much just like free, just in the moment. I feel like I get the best shots of people when they're just like in the moment and comfortable,
not necessarily thinking about it like
no, like that is cool. cool too, but like I just feel like my style specifically, people love my candid moments and people just like outside, you know. Yeah.
Oh wow. So your photography really does speak to like the present moment.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that. I wanted to ask you about, you know, what is a message, or just maybe with the way that you live your life and how you show up in the world as a photographer, as who you are, what's a message that you would want to share with people, or a message that you would want maybe people to take from you when maybe they see you or meet you or have that experience with you? What's something you would maybe share with somebody?
I would share that, because honestly, when people reach out to me and they tell me how much they love my work and stuff, like, I always encourage other people too to pick up a camera as well, because I'm just like one eye, one perspective. Like, yeah, I know you appreciate my eye, but you have a totally different eye. You're gonna see something totally different than I see when it's set. And like, I feel like everyone has a perspective, everyone has a story, like everyone can like capture beautiful moments, you know. Just because like I have a good perspective doesn't mean that you don't, you know. So I really encourage everyone to just like explore that, you know, and just like see what it takes to.
Yeah, I like that, because you know, sometimes, especially I think, you know, living in LA, sometimes we think that there's not enough room for us to maybe try something that maybe we have interest in, because maybe somebody else is already doing it and flourishing in it. Whereas you're coming in with the perspective of, you know, no, like if that interests you, like actually try it. And I think that's a good encouragement and a good message to share with people, because you know, it could help somebody be like, oh, well, maybe I will just take that step and like and see what it's about, whether it be photography or whether it may be something else that they want to explore. But just that encouragement of like, you know, if you want to try it, like, you know, just pick it up and see what happens from there.
Step into it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm going to take that message with me too. And then last but not least, I always like to ask, you know, the people who I have the opportunity to sit down with and talk to, what is, when they think about themselves, what is 3 words that come to your mind when you think about who you are, maybe when you think about your journey, or maybe who you are, you know, as the creative. What words kind of come to
words, I would say, this is hard, but definitely observant. I feel like that's gotten me so far. I would say creative, of course, and just, what else would I say? Observant, creative, and persistent. I feel like persistence has gotten me far too.
Yeah. Observant, creative, and persistent. I like that. I really like the observant, because I feel like sometimes most people want to be observed, but they don't want to like take time to like observe others. But I think there is a strength that comes from that, from being observant, especially when it comes to, you know, being somebody who works maybe very visually, being able to pinpoint and pick up on maybe different details, or maybe different like lighting or colors that can maybe help stand out and maybe enhance the picture or the environment a little bit more. So I love that. Well, thank you so much. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I missed. I was going to ask maybe if there's like a tip that you would want to offer to maybe a beginning photographer, or maybe somebody who's trying to find their way. I know you already shared your message, so if you can't think of anything else, it's fine.
Anyone who's trying to find their way, I would say you gotta definitely be patient, because like good things can't be rushed. You know, you can't just like rush your way to the top or wherever you're trying to go. You're really gonna have to like take step by step and like make sure it's intentional if you want it to come out, you know.
Definitely.
So yeah, patience has gotten me a long way. For back. I've been patient so long. I also brought my first photography book too. I didn't know if you
can you
wanted
bring it?
Yeah, it's in my bag. It's like a beat up version, but it's like in here.
Oh wow, first photography book.
Yeah.
I know.
This was my first
Oh wow.
book I made.
So you
I
got
put
the
it
first
on.
photography book. This is really nice. You made it to the party. Shot on film by Jordan Williams. Do y'all see this? This is like a.
That's like a time capsule.
This is so nice. Look at this, you guys. You made it to the party.
So I put that out like in the middle of the pandemic.
These beautiful faces.
All my
Wow,
friends
so
are
this
in
is
there.
kind of like recently.
Yeah, like these were all like parties before COVID happened. So like all these events and stuff is like before all that.
Was this at face-to-face media?
No, that was at Brick's Halloween party, but Cloud and I was there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, look at all these. This is amazing. Would you ever do something like this again?
Honestly,
Maybe something similar?
Yeah, I want to just like always think bigger. Like I have enough like content to make another book, but I want to do like a gallery next. I still haven't had like my first photo gallery.
That would be.
So like I'm working on trying to get that out right now.
Damn. I know some of these people.
Yeah, I got like literally like a whole bunch of LA legends in there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is so cool. Well, thank you so. Let me get this back to you. I'm not like. Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me in conversation today. I really do appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And, hopefully one of these days I can, do a photo shoot with you and, connect with you on that level and kind of get behind the camera and explore that experience as well. But it's been great talking to you. Anything else you got to say?
My birthday's this Friday. It's Gemini season, so yeah.
Friday
17th.
Okay. Are you doing anything like Juneteenth celebrations and stuff?
I'll be in Lamert.
Okay. There's a day party I'm going to called Washington Restless.
I'll be there too.
Okay.
That's actually the cover of my book was from Washington Restless, one of the first Washington Restless.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I shot some things there too, but yeah, I'll be there. So the weekend we're gonna be outside.
Yes, be outside, y'all. Be outside.
Be outside.
Well, thank you so much. It's been great. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been another episode of the Creative Highlight Series, powered by the Lo-Fi Experience. I'm your girl, Jordan Danielle. This is my very lovely special guest, Jaywill. And we'll catch y'all later.